Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we're doing another TikTok invasion where we react to feminist horror dating stories. I like the first one that I did. I enjoyed it, and I hope I enjoy this one as well. I hope you guys will enjoy it with me. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get into it.
The first time in my life that I really felt like I had a secure sense of self is when I learned what feminism was, which was
Mm,
probably at age 15 or 16. I started
mm.
reading feminist literature. And
Ooh.
as soon as I started to have the language about the patriarchy, about sexism, about gender based oppression, about hierarchy, about intersectionality, my world changed positively, right? I developed a sense of self. I developed a sense of seeing the world and how I was going to fit into the world. I was very opinionated at a young age, very political. Boys in my high school egged my house because I was a feminist. And so I never thought that receiving love from straight men would be something possible for me. And so dating, I've talked about it on my TikTok a lot, and I refuse to talk about it now after a few things have happened on the internet with people. Besides the point, I wanted to make this video to just talk about autonomy and dating and independence and feminism because I just picked up this book called The Will to Change by Bell Hooks. I originally
Oh
didn't pick it up
God.
because I thought it was just targeted for straight men to read, but it's for everyone to read. And I've read other literature by Hooks. But the book is talking about how the patriarchy negatively affects men, which I think we all know at this point. It doesn't allow for men to be lovers, be emotional, open up about their feelings. It like makes them just full of shame and guilt, and they end up oppressing women.
Who told you that? This is what patriarchy has done to men, huh? Where did she get that from? I wonder.
But the book talks about how women can sort of be involved in this project of helping men. And
Mm.
as soon as I
Oh,
started reading the book, I was like, it doesn't feel like it's my job as a woman to like help men. But then
isn't that just nice? Feminists want to help men. That is just so delightful to hear. Feminist wants to help men. That doesn't even sound right in the sentence. It doesn't sound right at all. Feminists want to help men. Oh, Jesus.
But then you think about it, like everyone is in relationships with heterosexual men, whether you are dating them, whether they're your brothers, whether they're your dad. And I'm really excited to read this book because back to my original point of like reading feminist literature, obviously turned on my brain, made me feel more like myself and secure in what I was seeing about the world. But at the same time, dating has always been a struggle for me. Didn't have my first kiss till I was 20. I never knew how to date. And I often think about like right now in this very moment, someone who's very single, very alone, and like dating has just not worked out for me. I really think about who I was before I even anticipated that straight men could be interested in me. So when I was 16 through 20, I didn't even see men. Like I didn't even see them as like things that would be attracted to me sexually, romantically, like want to be in a
Nice.
partnership with me, because I never had that like male validation at a young age, for multiple of reasons, as I kind of mentioned, was pretty independent, feminist. I literally was writing for a publication that used to exist called Man Repeller, problematic for different reasons. But like when I was writing for them in high school, I like totally identified as like a man repeller. I was like, I care about fashion, I care about politics and like my intellect, my independence, my voice, my confidence. I don't want to dilute that for men. So clearly dating is not going to happen for me. And as
My question is, if you have all these thoughts in your head, and if you have been fed all these feminist talking points and the way you see men, patriarchal, evil, they want to oppress you, why do you want to date like I've never understood this with feminism. All these feminists, why are you still interested in dating men? If men are the biggest problem, if men are your biggest problem, if men would just go away and the world would be fine, why don't you leave those men alone? Leave men in general. I have never understood why feminists will complain patriarchy, this, men that, but they still also want to be in relationship with men. I have never understood this phenomenon. Like it boggles my mind. Seriously, I have never understood this. Why don't you become a lesbian? A feminist that is a lesbian, I understand that. It makes sense. A feminist that is still interested in a man, that makes zero sense to me. The entire ideology is baked in on men are oppressing you, men are holding you down. Is if that is the case, which is fine, stay the hell away from men. Stop wanting them to validate you. Stop wanting them to notice you or pay you compliments or ask you out on a date. Just stay the hell away from men. I have never understood this. You can't be like, men are oppressing me, but I also want to date them. I also want to be in a relationship with them. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I've never understood this. I have really never understood this with feminists.
As soon as I started dating, I never knew how to navigate that. I never knew how to navigate having a strong voice, being political, and I definitely would on dates. And some men would be like, why are you talking about the Senate filibuster? Why are you going on a rant about climate change right now? But I think it's still something that I wrestle with, and it's been difficult for me, like more recently, when partnership is something I really want, especially after my dad passing. I realized how important it is to have that, just from like a human needs perspective. And once I have identified that that is like a thing that I want, I can't see a way that I could find dating a straight man without compromising my feminism. Does that make sense to anyone? And so I'm really excited to read this book because I really struggle to have like relationships with men and not compromise myself, not dumb down myself and minimize my own intellect, not kind of change what I wear and how I get dressed and all of that. And I don't know if that's relatable to anyone else, but just having that feminism and independence at a young age has made it really challenging to date, because I had like no male validation when I was pretty young. And now like trying to do that as an adult, I feel like I'm behind. And then at the same time, I'm like, I don't really want to love a man because I feel like I'm going to lose myself in the process. So I don't know. I'm excited to read the
This video is so sad. Like, no one is asking you to date a man. Like, most men stay away from feminists anyway. So I just don't understand. Why don't you just be a lesbian? Why don't you just, I don't know, be by yourself, buy a vibrator or something? Like, I have never understood this. Man, you don't want to dumb down yourself. We are not asking you to dumb down yourself. We are not asking you to be less feminist. We're not asking you to be less progressive. We're not asking you to be less boss babe. We're not asking you to do that. If you want to be a feminist, be a feminist. If you want to see men as all these things that you say that we are, that's fine. Stay the hell away from us. Stay the hell away from us. Be a lesbian. Be whatever you want. Just stay the hell away from men. You can't say that men are this, but you are still attracted to men. It makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense at all. This is crazy. This is crazy. Be feminist. This is a progressive society that we live in. Yeah, go be progressive. Go be a feminist. Go be this. But you can say out of one side of your mouth, men are oppressive. Men, patriarchy is men just holding women down, and you need to have your voice and all these BS that you were saying. That's fine. But you can't, and then in your other side of your mouth, you're saying that you're not getting dates from men. How does that compute? How does that compute? Be feminist and leave men alone. It's that simple. Anyway, if you like the video, please hit that like button, hit the share button down below, leave a comment down below, please. I would love to read your comments, and if you may, please subscribe. You have a good one.